Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. I am thankful for my struggle because without it I wouldn't have come across my strength. Never be ashamed of a scar. It means you are stronger than whatever tried to hurt you. Once you choose hope, anything is possible. Until you're broken, you don't know what you're made of. It gives you the ability to build yourself all over again, but stronger than ever. If you could only sense how important you are to the lives of those you meet, how important you can be to the people you may never even dream of. There is something of yourself that you leave at every meeting with another person. Owning your story is the bravest thing you'll ever do. Forgive those who insult you, attack you, belittle you, or take you for granted. But more than this, forgive yourself for allowing them to hurt you. There is a difference between giving up and knowing when you've had enough. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. The most beautiful people I've known are those who have known trials, have known struggles, have known loss, and have found their way out of the depths. Even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. As I look back on my life, I realize that every time I thought I was being rejected from something good, I was actually being redirected to something better. Respect yourself enough to say I deserve peace and walk away from people or things that prevent you from attaining it. You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. Every day may not be good, but there is some good in every day. One of the happiest moments in life is when you find the courage to let go of what you cannot change. Stop focusing on how stressed you are and remember how blessed you are. One has to understand that braveness is not the absence of fear, but rather the strength to keep on going forward despite the fear. Anyone can give up. It is the easiest thing in the world to do, but to hold it together when everyone would expect you to fall apart, now that is true strength. Every experience, no matter how bad it seems, holds within it a blessing of some kind. The goal is to find it. I survived because the fire inside me burned brighter than the fire around me. Your hardest times often lead to the greatest moments of your life. Keep going. Tough situations build strong people in the end. The struggle you're in today is developing the strength you need for tomorrow. Don't give up. Be healthy and take care of yourself, but be happy with the beautiful things that make you, you. We just need to be kinder to ourselves. If we treated ourselves the way we treated our best friend, can you imagine how much better off we would be? Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. When written in Chinese, the word crisis is composed of two characters. One represents danger, and the other represents opportunity. Everyone has inside them a piece of good news. The good news is you don't know how great you can be, how much you can love. When you make a mistake, respond to yourself in a loving way rather than a self-shaming way. Breathe, let go, and remind yourself that this very moment is the only one you know you have for sure. Magic is believing in yourself. If you can make that happen, you can make anything happen. Love yourself first and everything else falls into line. Keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see a shadow. I love the man that can smile in trouble, that can gather strength from distress and grow brave by reflection. You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Winning doesn't always mean being first. Winning means you're doing better than you've done before. You've gotta dance like there's nobody watching, love like you'll never be hurt, sing like there's nobody listening, and live like it's heaven on earth. Once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start having positive results. Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. The darkest hour has only 60 minutes. Forget past mistakes, forget failures, forget about everything except what you're going to do now, and do it. There are far, far better things ahead than anything we leave behind. We need to accept that we won't always make the right decisions, that we'll screw up royally sometimes, understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of success. Once you choose hope, anything is possible. You alone are enough. You have nothing to prove to anybody. If people are doubting how far you can go, go so far that you can't hear them anymore. You don't have to control your thoughts. You just have to stop letting them control you. Inner peace begins the moment you choose not to allow another person or event to control your emotions. No matter what, nobody can take away the dances you've already had. Trust yourself. You've survived a lot, and you'll survive whatever is coming. My entire life can be described in one sentence. It didn't go as planned, and that's okay. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Consider the postage stamp. Its usefulness consists in the ability to stick to one thing till it gets there. If you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. Life is like a sewer. What you get out of it depends on what you put into it. I always wanted to be somebody, but now I realize I should have been more specific. So long as your desire to explore is greater than your desire to not screw up, you're on the right track. People often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily. Whatever you do, always give 100%, unless you're donating blood. The elevator to success is out of order. You'll have to use the stairs, one step at a time. When life knocks you down, roll over and look at the stars. This too shall pass. It might pass like a kidney stone, but it will pass. If you are able to believe in Santa Claus for like 8 years, you can believe in yourself for like 5 minutes. Everything is figure-outable. If you don't like where you are, move. You are not a tree. If you aren't in over your head, how do you know how tall you are? When life knocks you down, do a burpee. When you feel worthless, remember you were once the quickest sperm cell. Never look backwards or you'll fall down the stairs. When life gives you lemons, squirt someone in the eye. On the bright side, I am not addicted to cocaine. If you keep your feet firmly on the ground, you'll have trouble putting on your pants. Why be moody when you can shake your booty? Never let anyone treat you like regular glue, your glitter glue. People who wonder whether the glass is half empty or half full are missing the point. The glass is refillable. Well, apparently rock bottom has a basement. Better days are coming. They are called Saturn Sunday. When something goes wrong in your life, just yell plot twist and move on. Don't be ashamed of who you are. That's your parents' job. When you feel down, just grab your own butt. When life knocks me down, I just get back up and say, is that all you got? Life is short. Smile while you still have teeth. Always keep your chin up, otherwise you are just looking at your boobs all day. That's enough todaying for today. Do not take life too seriously. You will never get out of it alive. Don't forget to drink water and get some sun. You're basically a houseplant with more complicated emotions. Life is short. Buy the shoes. Life is like a hot bath. It feels good while you're in it, but the longer you stay, the more wrinkled you get. Never put off till tomorrow what you can straight up cancel. I'm not weird, I am limited edition. You are going to be fine. You come from a strong line of lunatics. Be like a postage stamp. Stick to a thing till you get there. The only reason I'm fat is because a tiny body couldn't store all this personality. Live like SpongeBob, laugh out loud all day without any reason, and annoy all the mean people with your happiness. Life is tough, but it's tougher when you're stupid. You cannot protect yourself from sadness without protecting yourself from happiness. Sadness flies away on the wings of time. Don't cry over someone who wouldn't cry over you. Any fool can be happy. It takes a man with real heart to make beauty out of the stuff that makes us weep. We must understand that sadness is an ocean, and sometimes we drown, while other days we are forced to swim. The word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. Tears are words that need to be written. Sadness is but a wall between two gardens. One must not let oneself be overwhelmed by sadness. You cannot protect yourself from sadness without protecting yourself from happiness. Sadness flies away on the wings of time. Don't cry over someone who wouldn't cry over you. Any fool can be happy. It takes a man with real heart to make beauty out of the stuff that makes us weep. We must understand that sadness is an ocean, and sometimes we drown, while other days we are forced to swim. The word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. Tears are words that need to be written. Sadness is but a wall between two gardens. One must not let oneself be overwhelmed by sadness. Sadness is also a kind of defense. The walls we build around us to keep sadness out also keeps out the joy. We're taught to be ashamed of confusion, anger, fear, and sadness, and to me, they're of equal value to happiness, excitement, and inspiration. Experiencing sadness and anger can make you feel more creative, and by being creative you can get beyond your pain or negativity. Sad hurts, but it's a healthy feeling. It is a necessary thing to feel. There are two types of people in the world: those who prefer to be sad among others, and those who prefer to be sad alone. With some pain is fraught, our sweetest songs are those that tell of saddest thought. It is sad not to love, but it is much sadder not to be able to love. Behind every sweet smile, there is a bitter sadness that no one can ever see and feel. Every man has his secret sorrows which the world knows not, and oftentimes we call a man cold when he is only sad. In deep sadness there is no place for sentimentality. Every human walks around with a certain kind of sadness. They may not wear it on their sleeves, but it's there if you look deep. Better by far you should forget and smile than that you should remember and be sad. We never taste happiness in perfection. Our most fortunate successes are mixed with sadness. The good life is not one immune to sadness, but one in which suffering contributes to our development. Boredom, anger, sadness, or fear are not yours, not personal. They are conditions of the human mind. They come and go. Nothing that comes and goes is you. When you feel sad, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't hurt to feel sad from time to time. Melancholy is the happiness of being sad. Sad things happen, they do, but we don't need to live sad forever. The good times of today are the sad thoughts of tomorrow. It's sad when someone you know becomes someone you knew. Tears come from the heart and not from the brain. A million words would not bring you back. I know because I tried. Neither would a million tears. I know because I cried. Things change and friends leave. Life doesn't stop for anybody. I have learned now that while those who speak about one's miseries usually hurt, those who keep silence hurt more. Breathing is hard. When you cry so much, it makes you realize that breathing is hard. To have felt too much is to end in feeling nothing. People keep telling me that life goes on, but to me that's the saddest part. Life's under no obligation to give us what we expect. We take what we get and are thankful it's no worse than it is. As the light begins to intensify, so does my misery, and I wonder how it is possible to hurt so much when nothing is wrong. Sometimes you've got to be able to listen to yourself and be okay with no one else understanding. Tears are words the mouth can't say nor can the heart bear. Heavy hearts, like heavy clouds in the sky, are best relieved by the letting of a little water. What brings us to tears will lead us to grace. Our pain is never wasted. Every life has a measure of sorrow, and sometimes this is what awakens us. Don't grieve. Anything you lose comes round in another form. It is sadder to find the past again and find it inadequate to the present than it is to have it elude you and remain forever a harmonious conception of memory. I always like walking in the rain so no one can see me crying. There is no sadder sight than a young pessimist, except an old optimist. Sadness usually results from one of the following causes, either when a man does not succeed or is ashamed of his success. There is no worse sorrow than remembering happiness in the day of sorrow. Sorrow is one of the vibrations that prove the fact of living. When you're happy, you enjoy the music, but when you're sad, you understand the lyrics. People cry not because they are weak, it is because they've been strong for too long. Life is too ironic to fully understand. It takes sadness to know what happiness is, noise to appreciate silence, and absence to value presence. He who has felt the deepest grief is best able to experience supreme happiness. When you've suffered a great deal in life, each additional pain is both unbearable and trifling. The sky cries for those filled with sadness. Sadness is the ambrosia of all art. Do not feel sad for your tears, as rocks never regret the waterfalls. Trying to avoid sadness is trying to avoid life. Never be afraid of tears. Tear-filled eyes are capable of seeing truth. Tear-filled eyes are capable of seeing the beauty of life. Your greatest highs come from overcoming your greatest lows. Learning is a gift, even when pain is your teacher. When I despair, I remember that all through history the way of truth and love have always won. Be strong now, because things will get better. It might be stormy now, but it can't rain forever. I do believe that if you haven't learned about sadness, you cannot appreciate happiness. Nothing can cure the soul but the senses, just as nothing can cure the senses but the soul. Maybe we all have darkness inside of us, and some of us are better at dealing with it than others. First, accept sadness. Realize that without losing, winning isn't so great. Have the courage to say no. Have the courage to face the truth. Do the right thing because it is right. These are the magic keys to living your life with integrity. Master your choices or become the slave of their consequences. The art of life is to sustain the feeling of the wish fulfilled and let things come to you, not to go after them or think they flee away. Faith is to believe what you do not see. The reward of this faith is to see what you believe. A happy person is not a person in a certain set of circumstances, but rather a person with a certain set of attitudes. The greater part of our happiness or misery depends upon our dispositions and not upon our circumstances. An ounce of practice is worth more than a ton of preaching. The degree of responsibility you take for your life determines how much change you can create in it. It is our duty as men and women to proceed as though the limits of our abilities do not exist. Never entertain an undesirable feeling, nor think sympathetically about wrong in any shape or form. To do so is to impress the subconscious with these limitations. Great things are not done by impulse, but by a series of small things brought together. Nothing stops the man who desires to achieve. Every obstacle is simply a course to develop his achievement muscle. It's a strengthening of his powers of accomplishment. Don't wait for something big to occur. Start where you are, with what you have, and that will always lead you into something greater. I consider my ability to arouse enthusiasm among men the greatest asset I possess. The way to develop the best that is in a man is by appreciation and encouragement. Begin doing what you want to do now. We are not living in eternity. We have only this moment, sparkling like a star in our hand and melting like a snowflake. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. It is a most healthy and productive exercise to daily relive the day as you wish you had lived it, revising the scenes to make them conform to your ideals. If you break your neck, if you have nothing to eat, if your house is on fire, then you've got a problem. Everything else is inconvenience. Be willing to be a beginner every single morning. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. The man who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. I am still learning ... how to take joy in all the people I am, how to use all my selves in the service of what I believe, how to accept when I fail and rejoice when I succeed. If you can see your path laid out in front of you step by step, you know it's not your path. Your own path you make with every step you take. That's why it's your path. If someone listens, or stretches out a hand, or whispers a word of encouragement, or attempts to understand a lonely person, extraordinary things begin to happen. Enthusiasm is the yeast that makes your hopes rise to the stars. Enthusiasm is the sparkle in your eyes, the swing in your gait, the grip of your hand, the irresistible surge of will and energy to excite your ideas. The best portion of a good man's life is his little, nameless, unremembered acts of kindness and of love.